All right. Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to Bourbon Neophyte. I see I've got some people in here a little early, and that is wonderful because I was ready also today. I tell you what, there has been some gremlins at work around here like you all wouldn't believe. I had one heck of a time today getting things to work right. Just you name it, it went wrong on this stream today like nobody's business. Like nobody's business. Oh, look at there. MC Squared Whiskey. What is up, boys? Don't know which one it could be, but it can only be one of two. Doug, how are you? Loved watching that birthday stream that Marty did. I thought it was pretty darn good. That's for sure. Matter of fact, I watched it most of the day yesterday. Busy, busy, busy. Sugar Kitty, you don't believe in gremlins? Oh, well, St. Bernards, believe me, they were working up on this channel until about an hour or two ago. That's how bad it was. From camera not working to videos just not loading. I mean, I'm talking total debacle, worse than normal sometimes that you get on these streams. I mean, worse than normal. Mr. Morgan, glad to see that you're up on the other side of the pond already today. Always a pleasure to see you and have you around, that's for sure. But believe me, it was interesting this morning when I was on with Scotch Down Under, trying to get some of this stuff figured out because I was talking to him, but I just could not get the camera to work. So after a few hours of just loading, redoing things, everything seems to be working fine. Everybody hears you or hears me, excuse me. I was reading something and got carried away there. So I'm very happy with that. Very happy with that it seems to be working. Because like I said, if I wasn't, you all be letting me know without a doubt. My gosh, I cannot believe it. Hanging AZ is back in town. For some reason, I figured he's probably got his bottle of Long Branch within reach. That's for sure. That is for sure. Let me take a sip of this. But anyway, those of you that are feeling adventurous and are interested, I already posted the link. It's up there. And yes, new channel alert. Make sure you guys that are on here go and subscribe over there to Slapshot. Sugar Kitty has the link up in chat, to which is wonderful. Glad that he did that. I don't have to worry. Makes things so much simpler. That is a wonderful thing to get subscribers. So, question for those of you in chat. Had an interesting conversation here today, and it kind of made me think a little bit and was wondering, and I just want your opinion. Do you think in the whiskey community, whiskey tube in general, that the different content creators, let's put it that way, do you think that they have enough power to influence prices on whiskey? You know, we were having a discussion about that earlier. And do you think that they really can influence who goes to get what, supply, or create supply and demand issues if there's enough people that run out there? You know? And you know what, Top Dog? It is interesting because you get a yes and no. So let me throw something else out there that I thought. There are, let's just call them influencers out there that do picks, right? So they go get a barrel, do what they need to do, and then we who are subscribers to some of these influencers channels, do we or do we not go and buy them? Right? Yeah. So, it's just one of those things where, do you really think that the people that are on YouTube can influence prices or create these demands and supply issues? I don't know. But if you look at some of these channels with, let's just say 5,000, 10,000, 30,000 subs or more, depending upon how long they've been around, would you say that they can uh, cause a rush on something? Or maybe, in their opinion, because of what they said, a particular whiskey doesn't do so well. Yeah. So I'm gonna highlight something that Top Dog had said here, because I think it's interesting. It says, "Do you think there's over 100,000 subscribers to Whiskey Tube plus or minus? Let me know." Huh. Believe me, if you look at some of these bigger channels and add it up, oh yeah, I think that there are easy, in the Whiskey Tube community in general, over 100,000 subs. Over 100,000 subs. That's just my opinion, but I definitely do think so, that there are. Z-Man, cheers. Deathless Dogs, so glad to have you here. Cheers. And yes, everybody wish Doug a belated happy birthday. We only missed it by a day, but Whiskey knows, Marty, he did a stream Friday. I was watching it yesterday because I was working on Friday, but it was great. Loved it. Shane even was down there, and it was a good time. It was a good time. I really enjoyed that stream. But, like I said, it just got me thinking today that, so here, just what Top Dog was saying. And I agree. You don't need a million for a rush on some brands. You don't, because most of them don't produce a million bottles. I mean, I'm sure some do, but it's just not happening. There's over 150K between the Junkies and Jason. Exactly. That's exactly. Well, I was thinking of one of them, and Jason was it. And just in general, yeah, easy over 100,000. Easy over 100,000. Yeah, it is a choice. But a lot of people feel that the opinions of some of these influencers in the larger channels, their palate or what they say is the rule, and they'll run out there. And however, and we've all agreed, everybody's palate's different. Everybody has different tastes. Everybody has different likes. No one is the same. But good whiskey generally is good whiskey. But there are just some profiles people just don't like whatsoever. So, again, goes back to what I said. Do you think that really it can cause some of these supply and demand issues, particularly when you've got a lot of these influencers reviewing a lot of the same stuff and people listening to it and going, yeah, I'm going to buy that $50 whiskey, or I'm going to buy that $100 whiskey, or I'm going to get that influencer's pick because they've been real good. And I'm not slighting anybody. That's not it. I'm just asking, a general question and for some dialogue out there. What do you think? What's your opinions on there? Well, that you're probably right there. That's for sure. It's going to jump up tremendously, tremendously. And there are some that will watch it, but they just don't sub. Dan, that's a good point. That's a good point. There could be 100,000, there could be 50,000, there could be 150,000 people that they just haven't subbed, but they watch them. Good point. Good point. Or they just go back and watch the videos, because you see some of their influencers videos using the number 100,000 views plus, especially the top influencers on WhiskeyTube. So yeah, it is pretty interesting to see. And I just think it's an interesting topic for a little discussion. 600,000? Yeah, I would agree with you. And like you said too, Dan, some are not actual subscribers to the channels, but they do watch them. I agree. I say the same thing too, Angan. I have said it before. Hey, don't buy that. It's terrible. You won't like it. That's just more for me. And as we all joke, some people wouldn't touch an old granddad or a wild turkey, just a standard expression, because, well, what are we talking? $20? For sake of argument, that's a $20 bottle. I've got a $14.99 bottle of Evan Williams bottled and bond over there. What the hell's wrong with that? Absolutely nothing. People won't buy it because it's $14.99. But most of us on here who happen to know and like that profile have no problem in buying at least 2 of them. Exactly. Some do overlap. You're right. But in general, there's well over 100,000 people out there that watch different people on WhiskeyTube. There is no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Oh, the secondary market is something that's, yeah, that's just an awful thing. And people are willing to pay because of the hype on some of these bottles. And which is, you pay what you want to pay. It's your money. But yeah, that's another big thing. Well, right now, I don't have anything in there but a little sparkling mineral water to cleanse my palate because, as I said in the chat earlier, I have some bottles here I'm going to show in a little bit and let people pick where they think I should go. I have 4 scotches and 4 different bourbons. So depending upon what they pick is going to depend on what I'm going to crack. And they're all fresh cracks. None of them have been opened by me. They're things that I have picked up recently or a while ago. But this is a topic I wanted to bring up for a little discussion here because we talk about a lot of stuff. And I just thought it was interesting thing to think about. That's for sure. And if anybody in here is not subscribed to the Deathless Dogs, please make sure you do. Sugar Kitty's got the link over there in chat. It would be greatly appreciated. Okay, you think some WhiskeyTube channels raise the price in secondary when they overhype something? You know what? I can't disagree with you there because the more hype you get, people run out and buy. And then when there's nothing there, people want it because, Joe Schmo's channel with 300,000 subs said this is the one to buy. Yep. Very well could be. Very well could be. And you know what, Peter? That's another thing. They are really high end or hard to get. They're in the business of moving barrel picks. And you know what? I'm not going to say that that's specifically what they want to do because that may not be. I've never really talked to them specifically about that. But they have a following and people appreciate their reviews. They also appreciate their palate. And I don't know Jason personally, but he's been on the stream. I've talked to him a few times. He has a good palate. And I can't begrudge them if they at least make a buck or break even on it because, hey, some of the picks you've got to admit that they have done are absolute hitters and well worth it at the price. You know, it's just good. So I don't have anything against it. Nothing. I just think that prices can be, influenced by a lot of these people. That's for sure. Yeah, I've got Old Tub, that's for sure. As a matter of fact, I had it in my hand today, and I don't know if you can see it on the shelf up there, but it's up there. I know yeah, I see it. It's right by, let me move my head over. It's up there. Whoops, let me get the other hand up there. Actually, it's right by my finger. Old Tub, one of my favorite little sippers, without a doubt. And an extremely good point. Extremely good point. Um, yeah, and I think some of it is overrated. And I also think too is if channels are sponsored, and I don't mean any slight, that it's hard to be impartial to a company that's sponsoring you to say their product is crap, right? But truth be told, sometimes it is. Sometimes it absolutely is crap. John, cheers, brother. Just saw you pop up in chat there. Another great point. So like I said, this was a topic I knew would grow legs. When we were discussing it earlier, I knew it would be growing legs without a doubt. And like I said, a lot of these people that do this stuff, they really uh, have some great picks, and people appreciate their palates. That's for sure. Yeah, exactly. Hey, story time. Cheers, brother. Thanks for popping in there. They do too, without a doubt. Absolutely, they do. Without a doubt. And speaking of Facebook, I don't Facebook, but my wife's on a few whiskey groups, and she shows me different things, different store picks, different group picks, like the Las Vegas Whiskey Club. They do picks and get together, and a lot of their stuff, I mean, it just sells out like nobody's business. I mean, unbelievable how fast it sells out. God, what is wrong with my speech? And some people do. They absolutely do and use the bottles that they can acquire as kind of a status thing. Well, look at all these allocated bottles I have. Look at this or look at that. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure you did have a great weekend, Shane. We're just waiting for the pictures to start to filter through because I'm sure there was some pictures. Yeah, Dan, tell them, smash that like button. And also, people, if you are new, please subscribe because I make sure that we try to keep the bots down to a minimum and hit that subscriber button so that only subscribers can actually communicate. So please do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button on there so you can participate in the chat. And it just helps me keep out the bots. So please, would really appreciate it. And you know what? I never liked Tin Cup, but I only tried the standard. And then other people had gotten it. And I don't know if it was because of ADHD whiskey or just something that they had saw and picked up. So I have seen other reviews and said that it was a decent whiskey to try. You're absolutely right. Oh, Sugar Kitty, how could you say such a thing? Would you say I'm just laughing because I understand what you're saying, and I'm like, yeah, you're probably really right. We overrate ourselves. Yeah, we're probably just not the connoisseurs we think we are. We're probably more common sores than anything else. uh, you know what? That is something. I never give that a thought until now because it does come with that cup. You're right. And that's another thing. The bourbon boom was moving. It was going before Whiskey Tube really started jumping in there and getting things going. And like I said, the people that have had it before the review came out and said it was good, I've seen different people in comments say, "Hey, I liked it before that came out." And it's one was one of those gems that it was a pretty darn good sipper. Yeah, I have to admit, once in a while, Hanging AZ comes up with some darn good points. That's for sure. You know what? Honestly, Top Dog, it's good. It's not going to just blow you back in your seat by far, at least my opinion. But at the money that you pay for the darn thing, I'm telling you, you just can't go wrong with that bottle. I'm not going to just jump up and moon everybody. So hold on, because as you all can tell, I have changed this a little bit because I've been wanting to move so much stuff around and finally did it. So hold on here. Do, 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 do. Yes, you hear bottle clanging, but since Old Tub keeps coming up, yeah, you just you can't beat it. It's a decent little pour. Uh, Jim Beam product that once was only available if you went to the distillery. So yeah, it's a good drop. And you're right. And thank you for saying it, because that's on my notes. It says, we can talk about this at another time, but uh, thank you for putting it in there, Sugar Kitty, because we seem to be kind of following the same little train of thought here. But that is a whole nother thing that we can talk about at another time. That's for sure. There's my brother from another mother. I knew he'd pop around. Cheers, brother. And that's exactly what I mean. I trust his opinion too, because I know his palate is exceptional. And if it's bad, it's bad. If he doesn't like it, he doesn't like it. And that's fine. I'm the same way. There's been a couple things that I just do not like. Went back for seconds, don't like it. I don't particularly like Long Branch. I don't hide that. It just isn't my cup of tea. And lately, the Bardstown expressions have disappointed me in what they have been turning out, and particularly with the Fusion 7. Although I did sip on it yesterday, it was the first sip I had of it since I reviewed it. Um, Maybe because I kind of knew what to expect, I will have to say, wasn't bad, but I'm still going to give it some more time in the bottle and some chance to really open up and see what happens on that. I know I'm way behind in the chat, but it's just interesting. And you're right. There's a lot of new stuff out there that people are going for, hanging, that normally you wouldn't, because the market really is, in some instances, really pushing the price point that most people are just getting fed up with it, because the stuff that we used to buy all the time is, and inflation isn't helping, but has really been jumping up. Honestly, it's really been jumping up. And a lot of people are like, this is just getting ridiculous. And you know what, James, too, is I think most people that, and let me just say this, I don't know everybody, but the most people on YouTube, I think, are honest enough that if they have some type of an affiliation with a particular product, be it whiskey, be it tires, whatever the case may be, I think in fairness, they would disclose that. So in hopes, I think that would come up. Hey, Viking Bourbon, cheers. Happy Sunday. And it is. It really is, because I think we're all guilty to a point, because we know people all over, and certain picks, for the most part, are good. So when people hear, and I'm just going to use an Elijah Craig as an example, special store pick, pretty much those things are solid, and people jump on them or have people procure them one. The next time that they're visiting, they exchange bottles. So, oh yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt, I think that people are crazy for this stuff. I mean, they go all over. They know people, and away they go, all of the time. And that's true. That's true. That is another good point, and thanks for clarifying. But when you're reading chat and following along with other things, you know, chat's going faster than me because everybody's chiming in, which is fine. Uh, but it's hard to stay on. But thank you for the clarification. Oh, I'm no expert. I'm not a connoisseur. I'm a connoisseur. That's for sure. Well, who knows? Some people are saying, and this is just in talk here over the last month, Top Dog, that either there's going to be a glut because certain aged whiskey isn't going to be available, and it's only either older, or the older is not going to be available. It's going to be the younger. But then you have distilleries, and the name just popped out of my head, but they're expanding left and right, and so are a lot of them, and producing more distillate that's going to be coming of age in another 2, 3, 4 years, 5 years, whatever the case may be. I'm just picking some numbers. There could be a nice little flood on the market. Who knows? So, exactly. It's not good for everybody. Not good for everybody. COVID was a big thing. People were at home and they had nothing to do and loaded with stimulus money. I wish I could say it was every 2 weeks, although it's been 2 weeks since I actually bought a bottle. That's for sure. Yep, you either love it or hate it. I've given out a few samples from another bottle I had. They liked it. They're like, eh, eh, eh. Yeah, glass. The last couple bottles I had have been glass. And that's pretty much what you're going to get from Beam. Pretty much. Bourbon's bourbon. Cheers, brother. Thanks for popping in. Yes, I know the hat. But I cannot pop on without it. Although my hat rack's up, you don't see it, so I have an array of other ones I could start wearing, that's for sure. Old Granddad Bottle and Bond wins blinds against expensive bottles, and that makes me want it more. And you know what? That's just another solid one that we always talk about. It's just a solid everyday thing. And yes, but again, I think you and I were the ones that talked about the Elijah Craig picks and the hype around them, and that to me, unless it's north of their 94, like 105, 110 or so, 115 proof, to me, it's just like the standard. But when you get into like their special release for the A122 or B522, using that as an example, though I haven't had any of those yet, to me, they're much better and more flavorful than the standard. But one of my favorite go-tos is just the standard Elijah Craig small batch. It's just consistently good. Consistently good. Without a doubt. Oh, yeah. But we've all paid money for a bottle that we thought would be pretty good. And yeah, it just turned out to be crap. Without a doubt. Just turned out to be crap. Well, there you go. There's already an issue with supply of older product, but the market is bearing the price, and it is. But I believe that we're going to hit that precipice to where people are going to say, you know what, enough is enough. And they're going to either stop buying or they're going to look for alternatives, less money, but decent quality. And that's the one thing I said. Most people think the majority of the Elijah Craig barrel picks are good. And that's what Sugar Kitty was saying. But, you know, he and I had this talk before. And in my opinion, I think they're good. But unless they're north of that 100 proof plus, it's really not special to me. I like them, but it's just not special. So that being said, yeah, it's all right. But anyway, I just thought it was an interesting topic for discussion and that people could chime in on. And I appreciate the people that did pop in on that and talk about it. And we can continue to chat about it, throughout the stream here and there. But I just thought it was interesting because it has so many fingers off of it. And a point that Sugar Kitty brought up is that, do you get support from some of these companies? And is it being disclosed? Would it sway you? That's a whole other topic of discussion that we can talk about another week or so, but get down to filling my glass with something. So like I said, let me put this bottle up here before I knock it off this desk. But I have a couple of bottles here that I haven't touched. And so what I'm going to do is show it up there, and I will let people decide, should I start with a Scotch or should I start with a bourbon? And I'm going to watch because some of the proofs pop up there. So if they pick A or B, I will pick a lower proof and then work my way up from there. Hell yeah. I don't have standard bottles of those expressions at all. I do not. I have the better expressions in the Jack Daniels. Well, I don't have a new bottle of 46, but I do have Cask Strength, and I forget which other one of Makers. And it's mostly cherry, a lot of cherry when I've tasted it, but I haven't cracked these bottles. So Bourbon or Scotch? Yes, please. I agree with you, Sugar Kitty. So let me just show you. So something that my wife had picked me up when she was out and about in Florida. It's a 10-year, nothing fancy. Let me move it over so you all can see. But I haven't cracked it. But we'll see. I mean, it's nothing, from what I understand, astronomical. It's 40 ABV. And then something I haven't tried. I've had it. I mean, I've had it sitting here. We have, of course, something delicious that people all like, the classic Bruichladdich Isla barley. God, what is wrong with me? 2012. Then we jump up to a cask strength, which I've actually had this for some time. Haven't touched it. If you all can see that. It's the Tomatin in the cask strength. Also have something that I'm looking for, but it's got some peat in it. Whoops, let me move it down if you all can see that. The Glenlivet Nadura. It is 61.5 ABV. It's bottled in 15. So that is the Scotch that I have. I mean, that's what I have there. Too much Scotch talk at the Fair Dinkum pub. Are you kidding me? Can never talk too much Scotch. It isn't worth a shit in the last 2 years. That's gospel. So now in the bourbon area, so I have an Uncle Nearest 1856, which I think this was, this one's 100 proof. So I think that was the 100 proofer. Picked up a Chattanooga cask strength. My wife got that for me when she was down in Florida. Couldn't find the founders, but I still have peeps working on that. This is a pick that I've had since Mr. Whiskey Shits and Nick were down here, and we went on a hunt. I just didn't touch it. It's called the Burning Chair. It's a Corey's store pick. I tasted it up there, and I was like, wow, that's very interesting at 59.6 ABV. So I'm like, it was good. It tasted good. And that's really all I cared about. And then the next thing that I've been looking for and finally found it a few weeks ago, what's up, Cheech? Is the Younger, finally, by Smoke Wagon. So picked that up finally. And it's 57.07 alcohol, which pretty much is the standard straight bourbon, but with more of a kick. So those are the bottles I have. So all people have to tell me is where they would like me to start, and that's what I will do. Yes, that Chattanooga does look good, without a doubt. Without a doubt. So people saying Chattanooga, God, I mean, I don't have any problem, but once you get north of that, it's tough to pop back down, that's for sure. Well, I was thinking of the Tomatin too. There's no doubt there. That's exactly pour anything. At this point, yeah, pour anything. But I just figured I would let some people see what was here and let them decide on what they think, just because I can do it. It's here. But I've really been leaning towards the Tomatin. But however, boy, I want to say 49 hanging because it's 35 for the straight bourbon. I think it went up a few more dollars, but I think it's 35 for the straight bourbon. Did you have the younger on Friday, Doug, or was it one of the other expressions, the uncut, the small batch, or just a straight? Yes. Yes, the chat 111. Yes, I know. You're not the only one to say that because I'm leaning towards that. And actually, I've been looking at that for a couple of weeks to do that. And so what I'll do is, God, that sherry cask though, Finchton sherry cask really is appealing to me. And you had the younger, okay. Well, that's good. Here it's about 35 for the straight, about right for the small batch. And the uncut here is about 75. I know it's going to sound ridiculous, but I mean, the smoke ranch. Oh my God. Smoke wagon is literally down the street. But yet here in Vegas, it's slightly higher. It's slightly higher. Cracked an Eagleware Friday, needed some air, might have a nip of that. Well, yep. So, you know what? I think I've really been wanting to try a Chattanooga since Cheech was chalking up the founders. So I'm going to go ahead and open this because it's up there, and then I will try the Tomatin. If I can see where there we go. It's like, I know it's right here somewhere. So let me finish opening this. And oh my gosh, that is one heck of a wrapper on there. I'm going to have to break out my special device that I use for opening these, but it decided to listen. Man, that really is an all cork stopper on that sucker. Can you guys see that? Wow. Yeah, not too bad, but it's literally not what I was expecting. It's literally an all cork stopper. So when I first actually looked at it, I didn't pay attention to it. I just thought this part of it was some type of decoration, but nope, it's 100% cork. All right. Let's get a little Glen here. Dancing Goat. Exactly. But I figured if somebody or the people in chat leaned left or leaned right towards a particular one, that's the one I was going to start with. But everything here I want to sip. So I'm good with it too. And there we go. There's an influencer right there. The Chattanooga 111 is a good one. I am sure it is. And they always have a lineup of them. Yeah, I didn't have it until my wife come back from Florida, John. So, because it's not out here. So let's pour a little taste of this. Pour it in a glass. Let me just set that down. Let me put this cork on it here. Set this aside. I definitely have to get my other table up here because when you get so many bottles, you can't see it. I got a desk here. It's getting a little busy, but let's see. fermentation number is 19K. Looks like 27R is in Robert. So 19K is in King, 27R is in Robert. The Cask 111 is the unfiltered small batch expression of our original Tennessee high malt recipe, distilled from a single fermentation. I'm trying to read because there's a lot of glare. Okay. I was like, oh my gosh, stop, because I don't want to read any tasting notes on it. No, it doesn't have any tasting notes. It just talks about its standard expression in this, and that basically this just packs a little more of an oomph. But I started to read it. Oh my gosh, stop, because I didn't want to get into it telling me something, that's for sure. Hey, Dan O.B., cheers. Smells good on the palate. Definitely no real ethanol on there. I don't know, Cheech. I don't know if you've had this or not, but or any of you that's had the 111. I'm definitely not getting a lot of ethanol on this, for sure.
Oh, that was quick.
How are you?
Good. I was gonna pour some Glencairn 10, but I was digging out my sample of Vermont and Cask Strength, which I apologize, James Morgan. I did open this at some point, but I remember nothing about it. And I realized I still had this too from Kilco.
Oh, that's what's in here. That's what's in here. How did I know that, Sheet?
Yeah, that's not a surprise.
How did I know that?
I remember this being weird.
Yeah. Like I said, it does not, Cheech, it just does not have a lot of ethanol on the nose. Not what I was expecting for 111 proof at all. It's actually quite pleasant. It has a little sweetness to it. It definitely has a sweetness to it. Hey, Brian, cheers.
Hey, let me know if my neighbor's mower is. You got it
no.
too loud? No, okay.
Can't hear it.
No, you're perfect. Actually, your volume's coming up perfect.
Cool. As soon as I came out here, I was like, "Oh, they started mowing. I don't know how it's gonna go."
Well, of course, when you want to do something, someone's always out there bothering you.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Without a doubt. Another of Adriana's favorites. Oh, she has a few.
Yeah, I haven't had any Chattanooga.
Wow. That's pretty good. I actually like it. Commandant Lou, cheers, brother. Thank you for popping in. Nice to see you here. Starting off with a little Chattanooga Cask Strength 111. Tastes good. It's got some viscosity to it, that's for sure.
They already don't like me evil.
But did you tell them to get in line?
Yeah.
Just
right after I told them where they could go.
Oh, you tell them down the street, make a left, and then once you get to the stop sign, turn right.
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
That's how I always gave directions when I was in the middle of the street, directing traffic. People pull up. I'm directing a major intersection. How do you get here? You go up there, make a left, go to the second light, take a right. By that time, they were out of my hair.
By the time, if there was a light or not, just go to the second light.
I got other things.
This is not Postal Service blue.
Yeah. One sip so far, Commandant Lou, and Cheech was right on. Doug H was right on. You're right on. I'm just letting that first sip really set in before I take the second one. I think it's pretty good, just first sip. Yeah, pretty darn good.
Yeah, I was setting up when which chat is it? The chat 111?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it doesn't drink like it's 111 proof. It really doesn't. I mean, it's got a little more proof into it, but I'd have picked it at maybe 100.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It has good viscosity on it. I don't know how old it is, but it doesn't have that youthful note, that little bite. I mean, there is a little bit, but I think that just goes along with the, I think that's oak on my palate. It has some oiliness. And overall, like I said, I've just had a little drop out here, so it has to go down past the shoulder bit and let it sit. But this is a good drop. I can only imagine what it's going to be like given another week or two to open up.
Yeah, I haven't heard anybody say anything bad about it.
No, I've only heard good things. So when my wife was down in Florida, I said, "Hey, find me the Founders." Well, she couldn't find the Founders, but she found that, and I said, "Pick it up for about 45 bucks, 45 bucks." I'm going to say that's a decent buy. Well, you know what, Commandant Lou? I have to keep all my allocated bottles somewhere. You know, like, who doesn't have one for their real special allocated bottles? That's what I'll say. That's for sure.
Yeah, because the other items you're supposed to keep in there got lost in the boating accident, right?
It did. I didn't know I told you about that.
You had one of those too. I did.
Oh, it was
horrible.
terrible. I don't know. Well, you know what? They may show up now that Lake Mead's getting low enough. I might be able to walk out there and pick them up.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things showing up.
You know, something else showed up today that was meant to never be seen again once they put it there. So that was to be the fourth body.
Oh, wow! In a barrel?
Yep. I don't know about that, but there was one in a barrel.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been watching a guy on YouTube that goes out there and does the video and shows like how it's dropped. And then I watched another one like from I guess 2000. It was at like wherever it was supposed to be.
We were 175 feet higher in 2000.
Wow.
When I got here, you could almost, if you jumped off the dam into the water on the one side, the other side really goes down because that's where the power plant is, and you wouldn't make it. But you would probably be 50, 60 feet. Well, maybe a little bit more than that. But I mean, the penstocks, the intakes, you would never realize how big they were until you see them now and how far out those penstocks go down. But
it's crazy.
It is. Cheers, Mr. Whiskey Shits.
Yeah.
But I will say that I'm getting some cherry note on this. And I don't mean it in a bad way, but almost like a thick cherry note, like a cough drop cherry. It's thick and rich. It's not bad, but I can't describe it any other way.
Yeah, but it's not like a sweet. It's not like a Luden.
No,
but it's like that.
No,
but medicinal cough drop. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying the off-brand cough drop?
Maybe, and I don't even want. I hesitated on saying that because I don't want people to think that it's a. I don't think it's a medicinal.
No, not really.
But yeah, but it's
so hard to describe it otherwise, though.
And I thought maraschino cherry, but I go, no, it's not thick enough because that's what I get from the wilderness trails. But and now I'm picking up the caramel note on it, where before I really wasn't picking up any of that. But now after the third sip, definitely a caramel or a brown sugar sweetness. And I don't know why, and I haven't smelled it often, but like a molasses. And that's why I was like, huh. It's amazing what you get out of certain barrels depending upon where they are. And there wasn't any of that stuff in there, but it's what it brings to mind. I would, but then you'd see all my highly allocated bottles, and it's a surprise. But yeah, people were asking me, they go, "Oh my gosh, I didn't realize how big that room it was." I just had so much stuff around it that I needed to spend 2 days, almost a day and a half, to reorganize, get it distributed, and tear down some boxes I didn't need anymore to do this. I'm not completely done, but this was kind of almost the setup that I was going to have. It's just that I don't have the camera where I want it or anything like that, but that's okay. I just have to get some other stuff in order to do that. But this is kind of what I was trying for, to give me some room in here. But when we had that flood last year, things got kind of moved real quick and then taken out of the house and then brought back in 4 months later. And so a lot of stuff was still in boxes. But anyway, so I'm finally kind of getting settled into this thing, and wasn't sure if I was going to have a view where the safe was being shut or not. But you know what? I don't give two shits. So that's that. But yeah, this is a good drop. So I think Jim said he had the tomatin in the cask strength too.
I do.
That's what I thought. That was in that bottle. I think I might dabble there in a little bit, but I have something I'm interested in, but I don't know how it will go with this because it's more of a wine finish pick from what I was reading on it. And I'm going to have to read up a little bit more on it. But when I tasted it, it didn't seem like that. I just knew it was really different, but it was good. Like I said, I picked it up when Adam and I and Nick were up at Corey's here in Vegas. I just haven't opened it since. That was January.
I don't know about bitter beer face, John Kranz. It's definitely got a bite to it. And at least I'm getting a lot of pepper on the finish. Yep. Wrong pipe. You're supposed to swallow the whiskey, not aerate it.
Anthony's had bones in it.
Aspirate.
Holy shit. No, I was started to read Cheats' thing, and I was going to say something, but wrong order.
Swallow first, talk later.
Yeah, wrong order. Wow. But yeah, I got to have another glass out of that Cheech. Get it down a little bit more. I know it'll be good because just the first pour out of the bottle, it didn't drink like 111 proof. It didn't taste hot. It had good viscosity. By the third sip, I was picking the caramel out of it, the brown sugar notes. The sweetness I could taste coming back on the finish. I said the initial nosing I thought was bland. The first sip I thought was okay, but the second and third sip is when things really started to kick on it. Really started to kick on it. So I know that's going to be good. Now I'm kind of kicking myself for not having to get two, but I know people that come here, so it isn't a problem. Holy smokes. But it is when you don't get it down the right pipe. That's for sure.
That'll do it.
Every time, for sure. Yeah. And it has great legs on the glass. I'm just kind of watching it drip down here right now. But just because, let me put this Glen top on this because I'll probably have something else. I'm going to go ahead and open this one, the tomatin cask strength.
I'll join you in that.
I'm going to go ahead and open that thing because that's another one that I've wanted. I really want to do the Glenlivet Nadura, but it's peat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I may have another nip of the Chattanooga. Who knows? I may go after the younger from Smoke Wagon. I don't know. But let's just open this thing and Holy smokes.
Yeah, I think my next purchase is going to be a Laphroaig 10.
There you go.
I got that. And let me tell you something. It is the epitome of Scotch. What I mean by that is you're going to get your medicinal notes, your peat. I mean, as Bourbon would say, Band-Aids and hate.
Yeah.
That is it. But if you can, let's put it this way, if you like that, you'll be fine throughout the peated world.
Yeah. I've had others that were less. So I was like, you know what? It's time to.
Have you had the
Go
Ardbeg yet? Like the
Yeah.
Ardbeg 10? Okay.
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
And you didn't have any problem with that?
Nah, I liked it.
Okay. Yeah. No. Then I'm
It's
confident.
surprising me.
you'll-
My wife liked it too. She only takes
Oh.
sips of my bourbon. She doesn't drink it often, and she wanted a second pour of that.
Oh, that's when you pour that second glass and say, "Isn't
Oh,
that
yeah.
good, baby?" Yeah, we have to get another one of these, don't we?
Yeah.
Exactly. We got to get another one of these. But yeah, so if you already did the Ardbeg 10, yeah, go the Laphroaig. Ooh, man, that's definitely a pear, honey. Wow, pear, honey. Hey, Mark, how was work today? Ooh, that's a nice one. And it is finished in bourbon, ex-bourbon, and sherry casks. The ABV is 57.5 on that. Take another sip of my mineral water here.
Yeah, the nose is very it's very sherry forward. The nose, you're getting that rich.
I'm getting the sherry.
Fruit.
Yep. But definitely fruity, definitely sherry on here, without a doubt. Oh, I don't care. Definitely a pear. Definitely a pear, in my opinion. I can't say Bartlett pear or whatever. Yeah, I don't know, but it's definitely, definitely. Oh yeah, Laphroaig 10 Z-Man. I was drinking some of that last week. I poured it Sunday. Really good.
Go to the war post treated with
Yes.
yes.
Doing army stuff. Yes.
Mm.
It's always a joy. Oh, Oloroso sherry? I don't know. I don't have to pay particular attention here. Nope. Hold on.
Huh.
Oh, here we go.
I remember this now.
You remember it?
Yeah, having taken a sip. I remember this now. I remember exactly what I thought about it. It's kind of funky. It's not bad.
It is. It's ex Oloroso sherry cask. Okay. An ex bourbon. Okay, it is. Whoop, nope. Stop reading because I don't want it. It's starting to go into tasting notes. Yeah, we're not going down that road.
Yeah, I think I'm all set with looking pine tartar. I'll leave that to the baseball players who get it on their hands.
Oh, that's good. This tomatin cask. Wow, that sherry is good. The viscosity is good. I know it's a higher ABV than most Scotch. It's 57. But it's pleasant. I would have to say I wouldn't have pegged it at 57 at all. I think it drinks lower. I definitely think it drinks lower. Definitely think it drinks lower. Oh, it smells delicious even now. It really popped now I had that sip.
Which tomatin is it?
It is the cask strength tomatin.
Okay. I was just looking at my website. I can only get the Tomatin 18 year, Tomatin 12 year,
That 12
and
year is a good daily sipper. I have that. I enjoy
okay.
that
Oh, that one's
immensely.
priced in my price range
Yeah.
too.
I think I've spent
Yeah, for an 18-year-old, it's
$40,
surprisingly affordable.
like $40 maybe.
Not
Right.
quite
Yeah,
that cheap.
the 12 year is $41.99. The 18 is $119.99.
Mm-hmm.
But you say the 12
That's
year is good?
not too. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's a nice sipper. I get more of a wine note on that, even though it's not. Really good. I really enjoy that.
And then there's suppose a 30 year, but that one's even
Whoa.
if they could find it, I wouldn't have them cash to pay that one.
Oh no. Mm-mm.
That's like more than the car payment.
Ugh.
It's like
Right.
$500. And then there's a lower one that
Is that the
Dualchas.
yeah, Dwalkus or
Yeah, that one's like
Lucas.
$29.99.
And for $30, and I can say this because I have it. There's a lot of single malts that it will stand right up to. It is excellent for $30. Well worth it.
Well, yeah, the 12 is good. I
No,
enjoy
12
it
is good
for-
too. I have that too, but that NA for an NAS,
Yeah.
it punches well above its weight.
You know, I thought too that for $40, how can you go wrong?
Yeah, I agree with you, Sugar Kitty. That 18 should probably be about $20 cheaper. Unless the prices have gone up.
That Laphroaig cast strength, John, I wish I could find that. I've not found it here. Evil's excited. He's been singing away.
Well, I found this bottle on Wednesday.
Holy shit, look who's here.
Mm-hmm. Don't let anybody on this stream.
You let me
You're
on.
living proof.
What's
How are you?
going on?
Hey,
Good, man.
Just sitting
Hanging out in the
How-
bar.
How was everything down south?
Hey, Big Vic.
Oh, it was awesome. We had a great
I
time.
know. I was laughing my butt off at that stream with Marty and Rob. I was watching it yesterday as I was working on this. I text Marty and Rob. I go, I'm laughing my ass off. It's so funny.
Oh, there's
Listening
some
to
great
your
people down
comments in
there.
the background and Doug and them. I was laughing and I'm trying to work them here. I was having a good time, and it happened the night before.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. It was really good. I mean, laughing.
Nice.
It really was a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always fun when you get to celebrate somebody's birthday.
Yeah, exactly. Especially Doug.
Yep, especially Doug.
Did you swill some of that Dickel?
Cheers.
No. Nah.
No.
That's a hard no.
Well, he had that bottle out. I figured that,
No. So what are you drinking right now? Did you go to the Chattanooga?
I had the Chattanooga 111, and I really liked it.
Wow.
It certainly doesn't drink like it's 111. Good viscosity, nice caramel, nice brown sugar note on it.
Okay.
I got to get another glass out of that here at some point and let that sit for a week or two and let that open up. Cheech has already been through 5 bottles.
Yeah, a lot of people like it's kind of definitely you really like it or it's kind of meh, right?
Well,
yeah, it doesn't seem to be a polarizing bottle.
My nosing on it, I didn't get much. So I was like, what the hell? And then when I took the first sip, it was like, eh. The second and third sip is when things really started to pop. By the second sip, the nosing started to come through. The third sip, the whole thing, I was like, okay, now I'm getting it. So it just needed some time to wake up. Cheers, Jack.
Cheers, Jack.
Yeah, Jack.
Really? Sour pineapple. See, I didn't get that, but you know what?
Yeah.
I kept saying the wine note on that evil because I have it. And I said, I know it's not wine, but I'm getting like a Zinfandel. So that would explain the sour note. But it's not off-putting, Brian. Trust me.
Oh, no, I'll try it.
Yeah. It's not off-putting at
I'll try
all.
most anything once.
Most.
Most.
Screw you, kitty. Trying to think what I need for my first pour tonight.
What's that? What you're going to be
Trying to think.
for?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
You can't drink the old Carter. You left that down there.
I did. That's correct.
That's correct. Yeah. That is correct.
That was my last one. My last old batch 6.
Oh, that was really true? I didn't think you could run out.
Oh yeah. No, that was my last one. Nope. Yeah, I was saving that one, and man, I couldn't think of a better thing to save it for than Doug's birthday. Honestly, like to me, it was like that's where that bottle belongs. It's great.
Oh yeah. But I'm serious. I was enjoying watching that stream as I was sitting here watching you guys laughing. I was laughing. I mean, it just was a good time.
It was.
Too bad Marty and Rob just couldn't make it. Shit didn't work out.
Yeah.
Because that would have surprised the hell out of Doug.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was.
Yeah, Ethan Turk showing up surprising. We had that one under wraps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
Hey, that's the whole idea. Make it something worthwhile. People don't know. All of a sudden, they pop in, get bottles delivered, and you got a stream going on. Other people popping in. Great time. Like I said, I was watching it the day after because I had to work Friday, and by the time I got home, you guys were plastered.
What?
Well, but when I got home, it was like 2 a.m. your time. Over there. So yeah. So I knew you were busy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right.
Well, grab something. Reach out and just.
I don't know.
No Malort.
No, you ain't got to worry about that. I don't have any Malort here.
No Dickel either. I know you're tempted.
That's a hard one. You're not wrong.
Probably the only old Carter Shane will drink. It's like old Carter. Oh.
No, even that one I shy away from it, man. It's for me, for whatever reason, my palate really kicks off on that minerally shit. It really I pick it out instantly.
Or it's not. There's not a happy medium with Dickel, but I do have a Dickel. Hold on, I got to prove it. I know I got it. Oh, here it is. This is the only one that doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I got the same one. That's the same thing.
It's the
11 year.
Yep.
11 year. That's a monster. That's that's the only one I've got that I can drink.
I can't believe it, but it is. And I don't have much left. Well, I do.
Yep.
But I'm just saying is I savor it because I can't find this year.
Yeah, mine's pretty low.
Yeah. But it's the one that I can drink. And I think it was, I don't know, I want to say it was about $35 when I bought it a couple of years ago. So, but that's about the only one I can tolerate.
Yeah, I don't mind the minerality.
Hey, Mark. Cheers.
When I'm in the mood for it. I got to be in the mood for it. And so I originally bought the first one that came out, the 13 year. And then I found a second bottle of that before I drank it because I was like, ooh. And I regret buying the second bottle.
Hey,
yeah, I've
Jack
heard that one's not good.
Your Penelope toasted, Shane, if you have it.
A Penelope? I don't have any. I got one Penelope. Hang on. Maybe I did. Hang on. I got a Penelope somewhere in here.
The Dickel 8 year was good until I got down to like a third of the bottle left, and then it just went pure vitamin.
Oh,
it's like it was like I just popped a Flintstone.
I was gonna say, I think it was Marty that described it, and he said it was like just taking a bunch of Flintstone vitamins, blending them up, adding some water to it, And there you go. Show that bottle there, Shane.
So that's just a barrel strength 4 grain. That's the only Penelope I got.
What's the other one there that you're hiding behind it? Oh, why did I know a Michter's? I had Michter's in my head. I said, watch him pull a Michter's, and you did.
Well, this is, so I've got 2 of the 10-year rye from this year, and this one's from last year. So I'm going to try this one. I haven't cracked it
fresh
yet.
pop here, people. Fresh pop.
Ooh,
Aren't some of those tough to pull across?
dude, they are something else.
Hey, wait till you get to be over 50 like me and get the arthritis starting. You try to grab that.
Brother, I'm not that far behind you.
You got a couple years.
That's why anything with wax now, I just take a knife to it.
I tell you what.
I don't even fool with it anymore. I just cut it right into it.
I almost had to with that Chattanooga because I couldn't grab a hold of that stupid tab. Holy smokes. You definitely need to drink after that one.
Getting a workout.
I'm telling you.
There we go. Let's see if we get.
Oh, that was
That's a nice pop.
Pops. Big Vic says cheers, Shane.
Cheers, Vic. Oh, sorry. It says it's my audio is. You know what? It's because it's Bluetooth, so it's probably going to be a little.
Hold that Del Winnie up again. Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Looks like you put a hurting on that, Jim.
Yeah, I've had this bottle for a little while. I enjoy it. I just don't want to pull out often.
Look at this.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, Big Vic's going uphill.
Coming in handy to keep the bugs out of my glen.
Oh,
there you go. I noticed that it's getting a little dark over there now.
Oh yeah, it's fading.
So you like a 17-year Dickel top dog? Really? I know they're.
I've heard some of those are pretty decent.
Yeah.
I feel like Dickel would age well. Because I think as it get older, I think it would mellow out that mineral more. If they put out like a 23 or 25 year, that might be one that actually doesn't overoak.
It could give you nightmares, John. That's for damn sure. Because I've tasted some Dickel and it was like, holy smokes.
Yeah, I got one of those.
That Flintstone vitamin thing was a little bit of a joke, but I totally get it about the minerality. Once you
my barrel select was good. It didn't have any of it.
Oh, he's got more top-notch whiskey that you just don't see, Jack. Trust me. I have seen that bar. And there was a Schlammering there a year ago.
Oh, it's gotten ridiculous since then.
Yeah, there was a Schlammering there a year ago, and that's what started the Schlammerings.
Yep.
Cheers.
I don't know what I think about this. I think it needs to open up, but I think I like the barrel strength better, at least from that one.
Yeah.
I'll have to try one of the other 2 over there and see how they compare.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Mm.
You hear Sugar Kitty says 3 youngsters.
Yeah. Marty, you are a Schlamino.
Yes.
I don't feel young.
There you go.
Marino. Yeah, I'm putting this back.
You like it, but not us, or at least not for the majority of it. That's why it turned me on some of the Bardstown products. Too much damn Dickel juice in there.
Yeah. Yeah, because unless it's blended just right, it will just punch through whatever it's blended into.
Mm-hmm.
Schlammery.
Oh. Well, did I see you drinking Burning Chair?
I didn't yet, but I have it.
All right, I got a Burning Chair. I'll drink with you.
Mine is a pick.
This is 2.
Okay, well, hold on to it. I haven't cracked mine yet. Let me finish this tomatin.
Oh, I ain't no hurry. I still got to finish this thing.
Yeah, I still got some here.
It's fucking drain pour.
Yeah.
What? That Michter's?
It's not the best rye I've had, I'll tell you that. It's good. It's just not the best rye I've had.
Is that the one you save for when Marty comes over?
No, that's the 3-chord and the dickel that he gave
I
me.
was
Yeah.
going to say in the dickel. Okay. See, Marty, he loves you. He saves you the best.
That's right. Only the best room. Actually, he brought them both. They're both from him.
Oh, he thought you'd like them then, huh?
Yeah, well.
Yeah, he's like, I'll just offload these on Shane.
Mm-hmm. No, his intentions were great.
Sure they were.
They really were. He went into a store and it was a 17-year, and he's like, "Oh man, this got to be good." And he'll tell you, we cracked that thing. It was just wasn't the same of what I would expect from a 17-year. It fell flat. Yeah, I think JC, I think yours have gone out. If you didn't get a notification, let me know, and I'll follow up on that. And yeah, twins. We've got, I think, 6 of them left.
Really good on the twins, Jack.
Wait till you guys get your hands on the cognac finish one, though, I'm telling you. That one's
I'm waiting on
life-changing.
that one.
That one's life-changing.
Life-changing.
It's gonna.
Was it like Christmas? Life-changing?
No. It is just one of those that you could open and drink the whole bottle with a group of friends very easily. You could sit there and have 3 or 4 or 5 pours out of it very easily. Nothing about it leaves you wanting others. Like it's really good. It's really, really good. Very unique. I'll tell you that. Yeah, and we killed the bottle of it at Doug's.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Good. Well, I hear Marty's delivery finally got there.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. I want to say yesterday.
Yeah, only 2 days late. Good go, Marty. Oh. What are you drinking, Brian? I didn't see. Sorry.
Oh, I actually haven't said. I'm just drinking H&A 10-star.
There you go. Ancient,
I don't even know what that is.
Age 10.
Oh, ancient age. Okay. For some reason, my Bluetooth is kind of screwed up. So
Mm-hmm.
ancient age. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
That's some good stuff.
Hey.
It's not too bad for
Ben Demon
starting
Hunter,
off the
cheers.
evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said it got there Saturday. Okay. That's what I thought Marty said. But yeah, this Tomatin, this cask strength is just pretty good. I can't wait till it opens up. Like I said, it's another one I have to have another drink out of and get it past the shoulder and leave it set for a week. But yeah, it's good. Mm-hmm.
Who's going on tonight? Is Live Wires after you? In like 7 minutes or so?
Yep.
Sweet.
6 or 6:30. I think it's at 6. I always get confused because I used to go at 6:30, so I think it's 6 o'clock. Mm-hmm. But man, that cask strength was good. I don't know why I waited so damn long to open it, but you get so many bottles, and you just start opening different ones. But I wish I hadn't waited so long.
Oh, now that rye's starting to open up pretty good. Now it's coming in real good.
Uh-huh. Okay, 6 minutes. You're right. OS, cheers, man. Nice to see you, brother. Thank you. Those of you that are just popping in, please make sure you hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe because it certainly does help. And you will get the notifications of next time we go live. And the link is in the chat. If you would like to join and have something to contribute, you know that you are always welcome. And those in chat, please feel free to share this so we can spread the love and pick up my subs. It's always appreciated. But yeah, holy smokes.
I hit
That
69
still
last
has some
night.
flavor going on. I'm like, wow. Holden, cheers, man. Nice to see you. Wow. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I hit 69 subs last night. Then woke up. I had 64.
It happens.
Yeah.
YouTube. And then you could be up to 66 in another 2 or 3 days because they credit some back.
Yeah.
But it's a stupid thing that YouTube does. You know,
I'm
they're
not
all
worried about it.
Yeah, I can't explain it. Don't know why they do it, but they do it. All right.
Not worried about it.
Let me get this burning chair here. And
Oh,
I gotta open
shit.
it up because I've never opened it. And this one, I definitely need a special device to get it open.
Oh, my.
And you know what? I have a glass stopper on this one.
Yep, same.
You do? Okay.
Yep. Well, it's kind of like, yeah, it's glass.
Shane had a glass
Definitely
stopper.
glass. I can hear it.
No, but this one's all black.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, mine
And then
is
it's got
actually-
a rubber grommet on it.
Holy crap. This is a glass stopper like on my Limavady.
Town
Yeah.
Branch does those too.
Yeah.
That Limavady stopper is a bastard. Oh,
Yeah. Trust me. I'm used to it now. I just push it up with my thumb though.
So what's the setup on yours? It's a pick. What's it say on the back?
So this is a finished in
Yep.
different barrels. So it looks like Zinfandel, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Grenache.
Same.
It is? Hold on, let me highlight that sucker. So then we got the same. Like 60%?
Yep.
Yep. Yours is 50.5. Mine's 59.6.
No, this is 60.6%.
Yours is 60.6. Mine's 59.65.
Yep. And this is a 50% cab, 25% Zen, and a 25% Grenache.
So I got 60 Grenache, 25 Zinfandel, and 15 Cabernet Sauvignon.
Oh, nice.
It was interesting when I got to actually try it. And I was like, wow, that's not bad at all. I just wasn't expecting that finish. So let me get a little. All right. Got some in the glass here.
Hey, Jim, you either have an AC vent on the floor right behind you, or you got a ghost.
it's the fan over here that's oscillating.
Oh,
The AC is over here, but it's pointed that way, so it's not doing diddly.
All right. Burning chip, 121.2.
exactly, Evil. I get a very clean scent with I'm going to say that that's probably a little of that wine essence because I haven't had this since January, and I had a taste out of a bottle from the store.
So you said yours was it's 60% Grenache?
Yeah.
Okay.
That might do it, Top Dog. That does not drink like almost 60% ABV. It does not.
No, it's very approachable. That's for sure. Very approachable.
There's a lot of fruit coming up on the back end of this on the finish. A lot of fruit. And again, I'm getting cherry, but it's almost like the cherry licorice, but not.
Yeah. I would say I similarly, I get a little bit of that anise spice.
Bingo. I'll give you
It's
that.
a little bit of anise in there. It's not prevalent. It's not like dominating, but it's there.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's mostly mid palate, and it's earthy on the back, which I would expect because of the Cabernet. It'll be a little drier, earthy flavor.
A little dry,
Yep.
but it's
Yep.
not bad. Yeah, I'm getting some of the spice on the second sip, all across the tongue. Not bad.
Nope. Well, hey, live wire's on. Let's. I'm gonna jump over there, guys. Anthony,
I'm gonna
glad
head
I got
over
to
there
share
too.
a couple pours with you.
Yeah. Yep.
Thanks for having me, buddy.
I'll be over in a little bit.
Thanks for having me on, Anthony.
Yep.
See you, buddy.
Not bad at all, as far as this goes. Not bad at all. And like I said, I haven't had it since January, Brian, and they opened it up there. Adam was with me, and Adriana's husband. They were down here, and I was like,
Yeah, I've never heard of it. I just looked on my website. We don't get it here.
This one was a pick, and I forget who makes it off the top of my head. I can't remember, but that happens.
Yeah.
That happens, but it's pretty darn good. Like I said, let it open up a little bit, but I thought it was interesting only because of how it was finished. And so when I tasted it, it had a nice sweetness. I'm not a wine fan by any means, but I thought, wow, this is pretty good.
Yeah, I don't drink wine, but I like stuff finished in wine.
Well, like I said, this one had the Zinfandel, the Cabernet, and it's Grenache. So let me look. Yeah, 60% Grenache. So, like I said, I got it in January, and Shane's the only one I know that has it, and his is just a smidge higher in proof, but it doesn't drink like it's 160. Like I said, mine's 59.65, so it doesn't drink like it's 60 ABV.
Yeah.
It doesn't. On the second or third sip, you will then start to feel some of that spice come across your tongue.
Okay.
But it's not bad or anything like that.
Yeah.
Joe, we're drinking this. Sorry, it's called Burning Chair. This is a store pick here from Corey's in Vegas. It's pretty good. And it just so turned out that Shane had one very, very similar. Well, actually, just the amount of time or they blended as far as the whiskey, how much they blended to make the particular one that he has. But ours were identical within a half a percentage point of ABV. So I think it's pretty good so far, man, when it gives a chance to open up. But you were talking about scotches, Brian, earlier in a stream. You were talking about expanding it. I think you were talking about it last night on Big Vic's stream or somewhere you were, and I was lurking in the background. But anyway, what do you have now?
I've drank most of what I've had. The only thing I have left right now is the Wee Beastie and the Glenlivet finished in the rum cask.
How was that? I found that.
Oh, I love that one. That one was really good.
See, I have the Glenlivet. I have the Glenfiddich 12, and people kind of will turn their nose up that. But to me, I like that for just a sipper, especially an affordable sipper. I have the Glenlivet Nadura here. I haven't touched it yet. and it was one of the ones I showed them to open up.
Yeah.
This is a cask strength at 61.5. This is about a C note, 75 to $100 depending on there. And this is the bottled in 15, October of 15.
Okay.
From what I'm told, it's the one to have, but I didn't have to, I mean, I had to hunt for it, and it just so happened to be that one when I saw this bottle. So
gotcha. Yeah, that's the scotches that we have here. There's only a few in the recommended that I got from, I think I was on Scotch Down Under a while back, that he was naming off that I wrote down, then went to the store and was like, yeah, we got that one.
And we
only like
for Ardbeg is an absolute great starter. However, I think I told you the story, I may not have, but my first encounter with peated Scotch after like 30 years was the Pirate Ardbeg, the Ardbeg.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was iodine, Band-Aids, pure hate. And all I wanted to do was drag my tongue across the tile to try to get the taste off of it. I mean, for a half hour, I still was tasting that. It was horrible.
Yeah. See, my first Scotch, I don't know what it was, but it was in my 20s, and it must have been, it was something heavily peat, heavy smoke. Like it was as maxed out Scotch as you could go. And at that point in time, my palate was not ready for that.
Yep.
And so I was like, oh, all Scotch tastes like that. So for all these years in between, I've been avoiding it because I'm like, I don't want to taste that. That was awful. But then watching everybody here, and then I got a couple sample sets of, the first sample set I got was the Johnny Walker set, which none of those were, I think it was the 18 Reserve or something was my favorite out of that set. But then I got the Glenmorangie set, and the Sauternes finished one was my favorite there.
Now, I tell you what, some of those Sauternes finished ones are phenomenal. Phenomenal, without a doubt. Absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, absolutely phenomenal.
And then that Wee Beastie, I tasted it, and I didn't think my wife would like it. And
well, it's very
she
low.
Tasted it, and she liked it.
In peat compared to other Ardbegs.
Yeah.
If she can do the 5, definitely she can do the 10.
Yeah, I got to sample the 10 from a local friend, and we both like that. So that's why I was like, oh, I guess I'll go with that. I'll try that Laphroaig 10 and really branch out.
It's totally different in strength of peat, flavor, and punch. Okay, because as you know, peat from different parts of that region impart different flavors and strengths on it. And Laphroaig is one of the top punchers when it comes to peat. Gotcha. And now that I've had it a few times, I don't get that overwhelming peat. It just tastes smoky and sweet.
Yeah.
To me. Smoky and sweet with that finish of the sea, that salt spray taste.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Really, really pleasing and good.
Yeah.
So
everybody's taste notes. I'm very interested to try it. That'll be after.
Jack says Teeling and the Sauternes finish is really good. Teeling is the Irish whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Eva Williams said Johnny Walker Double Black. He said it's good. This one here in Johnny Walker, let me set this down here for a second. Now I feel like Ken, I've got to really reach for everything, where before I just turned around.
Yeah.
If you can find this one, which you should be able to, and it's Johnny Walker. It's the 15. This green label 15.
Uh-huh.
About $60 is what it should be. Really good because you got Linkwood, Craigmore, Talisker, Colilla, and they're all single malts, but blended from them. So one's for that maritime, so you get that sea salt and spray.
Okay.
For the maltiness, for smoke, and then the spice. So it has a multitude of flavors in it with a light suggestion of peat. And you will find that on the finish. But this is a great sipper. And I'm not much into blended scotches. However, this is one of my exceptions right there.
Yeah, no, that one's listed here, so we do get that one.
Yeah. Total Wine will have them generally for about $60.
We don't. I'm the ABC.
But
I wish I could get stuff.
let me grab that. But anyway, really good sipper on that. Really good. And then later on, I agree with Independent Joe here when he said the Ardbeg Oogidel. Yeah, that's about $100 depending. But I'm gonna tell you what, save up a bit, do yourself a favor, get one of those, and you will enjoy that with a nice Cohiba.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or one of those diesels with a good dark Maduro wrapper.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Because I saw you had a diesel a couple of days ago.
Big Vic handed me a couple of those. Those are the first I had.
Yes. Great. Joe, I have Lagavulin. I do not have the Laphroaig lore. And I think that's what you're talking about. It's Laphroaig lore. I was going to buy it. It was $139 and it jumped up to $179 here over the last couple of weeks. When I say a couple of weeks, could have been a month. So I'm not that interested in lore anymore, but listening to people that have had the lore, they said it's a really good pour, but it's an NAS. So, oh well. Now, Coravecchian. Yeah. Coravecchian is a tough one. It's about the same price as the Oogie, give or take on there. I want both of them in my collection because they both are good and both have different flavors to it that you'll pick out. And you'll have to rate which one's a little more potent, which one's less. And then you put them in order, let's say like the 5, the 10, the Weebee, or the 5, the 10, the Oogie, the Coravecchian. I also have the Anoa.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that one too.
Oh, and mine is in that smoker tin. It's a silver tin.
Oh yeah, okay, that's that one, yeah.
And it's the same price as if you get it in a box. So give me the tin just because it's different.
Yep.
But is that true campfire type, chewy, thick, barbecue type sweetness? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to drool just talking about it. Sorry. But it is good.
My reluctance to dive into Scotch is the ones everybody talks about are just above my. It's like topping out my
your price range. Oh yeah.
So,
like I said, that's one of those that you go, you know what? I'm not going to buy any this month. I'm going to save it. I'm going to buy this next month and then this bottle. You just say, and that's what everybody does. But really, it's really good. But that 12-year-old Tomatin, I think you'll enjoy that we talked about, especially at that
I screenshotted all that stuff from the store. So
and I wish I
can't be like, what the hell was the name of that we were talking?
I know.
I won't ever. So
I
screenshot everything like that, or I go to the store, I snap pictures of prices and bottles or lumber or whatever the heck I'm buying, so I can know when I go to the next place.
Yeah, and I agree with Ben, Joe. I hear it's really good, so grab it. But for me, at $100, let's just say $180, I don't see the value in that anymore. And yeah,
Yeah, I
I
saw
heard
one of
that
those.
it's rumored to be 15-year-old juice. But if it is 15 or more, you'd think they would kind of allude to that in there, but I can't find it anywhere online other than hearsay. But I wish I knew it's 6-year, 10-year, 12-year juice, mixed with some 15, something like that to say, okay. But that's all I know. But when it got up to $189, $179, I don't know. Oops. The Tamdao 12, after that, both of those bottles are introductions to the higher age versions. Yeah. I'm enjoying the Tomatin, particularly the 12. I just think it's a good pour all the way around.
Yeah, the other day I saw Laphroaig 25 in the store, and it's priced at $5.99.99. I laughed. My wife went to touch it. I was like, "Don't touch that."
Yeah,
you don't want to drop that. We don't want to have to buy that.
Yeah, because I'll actually cry because I'm going to be licking it up off the floor. Yeah, exactly.
I need a straw over here.
Yeah, I am going to drink every bit of this up.
It'll be like in Full Metal Jacket.
No.
They're paying for it. You're going to eat it.
If you found it at that, Joe, I'd buy it for that. For $100, I would buy the Laphroaig lure for that. Because like I said, the cheapest I could find it for here is $139. But I would buy it for that.
Yeah, I think that only drops here every once in a while because I did see a lure here, but it's not even on the website. So it must have just been a one-time drop, which happens every once in a while with different things here.
Yeah, it's just a good drop. The Laphroaig 25 for $3.99.
Man, his prices beat my prices every time.
Well, different states.
Yeah,
I think
it's crazy how things are.
Your state's controlled, but so is yours, isn't it?
So is mine. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I was going to say, wait a minute, you're in Virginia, so it's controlled too.
Yeah, that really doesn't make any sense.
Hey, for that kind of money, you don't give a shit about glass, bugs, or whatever. If you're going to end up having to buy it, you're going to drink it. Just tell the wife she's driving home.
Yeah. I'm licking up what I can.
That's right. Yep, exactly.
Channel your inner sugar kitty and lick.
That's right. Sorry, but that was funny. Yeah, it is, Ben. I mean, you're right. In Canadian dollars, yeah, you're probably up around that $2 mark for that there. And here, it's like I said, it just went up to like that $179 mark within the last month. Within the last month, it popped up there. So, like, damn. Honestly, I couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. But yeah, pick out a few that you like, Brian, or you're interested in, and start making those purchases, because that's what I did on some of them. And one of the first ones I had purchased was the Glenlivet 12. And like I said, a lot of people go, "Oh, that's crap." Well, some people think Tomatin's crap. So again, taste is subjective, but for $40 range, $50 range, that gives you their core expression.
Yeah.
And it just goes up from there. Now, the Glenlivet in the 14-year-old, it's the blue sleeve that's finished in ex-bourbon.
Yeah, I've had the 12 and the 14 I can get in like mini bottles here. So I've had both of those.
I wasn't enthused with. It didn't make me go, shit, I got to go get that bottle.
Yeah.
It just
I like the 12 better than the 14.
But the 15 is way better. And the 15 is finished in, yeah, it happens. Now I'm drawing a blank. I was going down the road of what I wanted to say, and then I got sidetracked, and boom. Oh, well. It'll come to me once I stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
That's it. Without a doubt, I'll think about it. It is. It's a solid core Scotch on that Glenfiddich bin. It is. It's a solid core Scotch. You can't go wrong with it. My opinion, and for the price.
And I think it was Glenfiddich
Hey.
Founders, maybe.
Yeah.
I had that one. That was, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like, oh my God, I got to go buy another bottle.
Exactly.
If somebody gave it to me, I'd drink it, but I wouldn't buy it again.
Solera Cask. Cask. I wanted to say Salterns, but I knew it was not. Hey, Distilled, Brewed, and Reviewed. Cheers, man. How are you? Hope all is well. Thanks for popping in. Hit that like button, man. Always glad to see people pop in here and say hello. Oh, the Hazelburn. Yeah. I don't have a Hazelburn yet. I don't know why. I just haven't bought it. I bought other things, but it's going to be something on there because I really want to experience that Campbelltown funk.
So have you been drinking Scotch for a while?
I'm sorry, what was that, Brian?
Have you been drinking Scotch for a while, or is it something you just started recently?
Something I just started recently over the last 6-7 months, only because bourbon has become so scarce for good bourbon at an affordable price that I just turned around 180 degrees and looked at the next row of shelves and said, well, I started out on Scotch. And so I just kind of went back down the road. And all of a sudden it was like, lighting that wick. And then it just started to burn and away it went.
Yeah, see, my problem is I divvied up my bourbon budget for cigars, so it's thinner than it was. I went down that rabbit hole. So.
Oh yeah, I got you. That $20 has to spread out. I totally get it. Yep. Without a doubt. But I just turned one day and said, "Oh look, Glenfiddich. Oh look, Port Charlotte. Oh look, Tomatin. Oh, Bruichladdich. Blah 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 blah." And it just, instead of buying one bottle, I go home with 2 or 3, and the following week I get another one, and then the following week I get another one, and then it just kept going and going and going, and then to where I was buying more Scotch than bourbon, only because the bourbon just wasn't available, Brian. It just wasn't there. Not that I wasn't looking. I only wanted specific bottles.
Yeah.
And also ones at a decent price at the proof I was looking for. So 100 or north, but I settled on a few 95s and 90s, and particularly the Redwood Empire, Pipe Dream, Lost Monarch. Yeah. They're really good at 90 proof, and especially at between 25 and $35, depending upon where you are. In Florida, they were $24.99 a bottle.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I don't get them here. I made a trip down to Raleigh. I think it was like the month before Marty moved there, but I went down there and hit up a liquor store, and I got the Lost Monarch, the Pipe Dream, and the Emerald Giant. And so I liked all of those.
So Springbank 10 is another good one, but it's gotten outrageously priced for a 10-year-old at $100, roughly, depending. It did. But I have a 2016 Springbank 10 that Marty procured for me. And he had gotten one. And oh my gosh, I've had a sip of the current ones and they're good. But this one just happens to be, a good step or so above. And I don't know why, but that year just was really good. And we
Gotcha.
found he happened to find a 16 and said, I know where there's another one on the shelf, so long and short, because that's how I got it. So he hand delivered that to me. So that was nice of him when he came out here like that.
Yeah.
But really good. Honestly, it was. All right, Jack, catch you in a minute. But Springbank is another good mess. One of the ones that I liked. And I agree with Joe, when you're getting to that $100 price range, Springbank anymore isn't worth it. I mean, if you like it, you like it, and you're going to buy it. I like what I got, and I didn't pay $100 for it, so I like it even better.
Yeah.
But I like the profile. I like the flavor of it. I think it's a good sipper. Really, definitely, I would share it. But when, again, it gets to that point where I talked about this earlier, not in this stream, but I think it was on with Ken. But some of these bourbons are honestly pricing themselves out. I know inflation is part of it, but even before we really got hit this year with inflation, I'm not particularly picking on Booker's, but Booker's are pricing themselves out for what they are. They're good, but to me, at $100 a bottle, they're not $100 a bottle good anymore.
Gotcha. Yeah,
And
I've never had any Bookers.
I have never opened, and I've got them up here. I've never opened any of the 4 that I've got, but I've had a drink of them before.
Okay.
And I don't see myself buying any more, even of the little book, because I think they've definitely gotten too high in price.
Gotcha.
I like the profile. Don't get me wrong. They're good, but some of them are just like anything else. They're either a hitter or they're a shitter. And so, yeah.
And they got to be good for the price you pay for them.
Joe's like, open them. Well, I will at some point, but you know what? It's just one of those things where I go, It's like some of these bottles that I've got sitting here, Joe. I've had them for 6 months or more and just haven't opened them because I've got other things I've been opening. And I'll get to it eventually.
Yeah, see mine. I usually get about 1 bottle a month, so I pop it usually the night I get them.
Well, now that's what people seem to get me for the holidays, my birthday. Mm-hmm. Not that they particularly ask me, but they talk to me about different things I like. And the next thing I know, like my birthday, I had 3 or 4 bottles. At Christmas, I got like 10 bottles. So So I get these different things. Then my wife was in Florida and did a little hunting for me and came back with 5 different bottles.
Oh, yeah.
The last bottle I literally have purchased was that younger from Smoke Wagon.
Oh, okay.
And I can't think of literally the last bottle that I bought in well over a month, if not more, because I have all these other ones that I've been going through. And then, like when I popped the Lost Monarch, I'm like, why did I wait a year to open that thing? It was so good. And even though it was 90 proof, I was like, son of a bitch. This thing was really good. And, Ken loves it. Ken's like, holy smokes, it's just phenomenal. And I'd listen to him. Yeah, I got it. And he says, you haven't opened it? No, just haven't. Then a little while ago, I popped that and I go, what the hell was I waiting for?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I was drinking it Friday night after work. I just popped the top, poured some in a glass, went and just sat down in my chair. Didn't have the television or anything on. I just kind of just sat there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Bourbon was on. So I kind of just sat there, sipped on that, watched the stream, and went from there. So what's that one that you got right there, that stick?
It's a Cook Havana Legend.
Mm-hmm. Do you get that in the sample pack?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I've been getting some.
I had one out of there The other night I had one. I forget which one it was, but it was awful.
Yep.
It was god awful. Like I almost put it out and tossed it.
And some of that, even with different scotches or bourbons, it just doesn't do it. And matter of fact, it might even make it worse.
Yeah.
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 So,
Tonight's the first night because I'm so new to the cigars. I've been trying. I'm not drinking when I'm smoking them just so I can learn the cigars without the outside influence. So this is the first, because this one, it was good, but I was like, it's kind of. So then I poured that, and it improved it with the whiskey. So.
Yeah. And I agree with you on that. But as your palate develops for either or, you'll start realizing that certain ones are like two peas in a pod. It's like, oh my God, this is a great accompaniment to this spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I said, I just been holding off because I don't need the outside influence of the whiskey to interfere with. And
I agree with you. Unless you're confident and this Ancient Age 10, it's not going to be overpowering, or vice versa. The cigar doesn't overpower the bourbon.
Yeah, that's why I picked the low proof. Just with. Yeah. I mean, it's got decent flavor, but it's not anything to write home about.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you're smart to do that, so you can experience the flavor, and then you might look at something and go, you know what? I think that might be good.
Yeah.
And as you develop it, another good one to chat with if he ever comes on is Bobby, Bourbon Battalion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He really will talk to you about it and break it down from the wrapper to the binder to the filler.
Oh, yeah.
And tell you why and how to pair that with what.
I watched, I guess on Instagram, he was on with Zach Andrews.
Yep.
And I was just listening, I was like Googling the words they were using because I had no idea what the hell they're talking.
Yes. But those are two good ones to talk to about that, particularly Zach too.
Yeah.
Because Zach is definitely a Scotch person. I mean, he loves bourbon, don't get him wrong, but Scotch and cigars, exactly. I mean, there's just certain things that's what it was made for.
Yeah.
Yeah. And cigars aren't something I do every day, every week or anything like that. But that's one of my, what I call my guilty pleasures or my little vices from time to time. But I don't classify myself as a smoker by any means because it could be months, years.
When I first started, it was like once a week. Now it's like 5 times a week.
Yeah. Pick a time and that's that. And,
I'm enjoying it just I get to come out, sit outside. I have a reason to sit outside. The dog enjoys sitting outside with me, and
you're going to need
I can chill and just
in a couple more months. You're going to need that fire pit going and the jacket. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, that's what I prefer anyway. I hate this heat.
I've always talked, about where our camp is. I said, I need to build a little gazebo. Inside that gazebo, have a little fireplace or a little wood burner that you can enclose. And then when you go up there, if you just wanted to sit there and have a drink by the fire, or if you had people come over and they want to sit, have a drink and smoke a cigar, it's perfect.
Yep.
It's perfect. You can let some of the air in, you can look out and just see everything around you.
Yep.
I've seen a few and it made it just with stuff like that in. I went, oh man, I never really give that a thought, but I guess you can build it however you want it. All it takes is money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all it takes is money.
Plus, I can't wait for the cold weather and the damn mosquitoes to go away.
Oh, lately, there's been a problem over the last few years with mosquitoes here in Vegas. Yeah. Yep. There has, particularly because people don't take care of their pools.
Yeah, I have the other side of the street. Behind the row of houses, there's a stagnant creek, and they all breed in there.
Yeah, I wasn't. I know he did, but I didn't know if he actually did that. But yeah, he really gets into it. He really does get into it.
Yeah,
that's for sure. without a doubt. But that long repeated, yeah, that's a good one. I've seen it, but as fast as I see it, it's off the shelves. It's off the shelves. And it is over 100 here, and it's like, it's good, but I don't know. I'd have to try it.
Yeah.
If it gets to the point where, don't know. That's for sure. What's your temperature right now?
It's like 82.
Oh, yeah, no. What are we, 100? 104.
Oh, yeah, we were, today it was like 95, heat index of 110. And I'm so thankful. You know who the comedian with the puppet, Jeff Dunham, is?
Mm-hmm.
He's playing at the baseball stadium today at 3 in the hour. I almost bought tickets, and then I didn't. And I'm so glad I didn't, because sitting straight directly in the sun for the whole duration of that at heat index of 105, I would have melted. I was like, yeah, no, I'm so glad I didn't buy those tickets. I've seen him 3 other times. I'm like, I'll catch him on an inside show.
Yeah, Jeff Dunham, he's good. He used to have a residency here in Vegas. So he was here all of the time. All of the time. I'm trying to think of that one puppet.
Peanut? The purple one?
Peanut's one of them, but Ahmed, that's it.
Oh, Ahmed the terrorist.
Ahmed the terrorist. Like, oh my God, I can see him. He's a skeleton. Oh, he cracks me up. I kill you.
Walter. I like Walter.
Oh, Walter. I used to know a guy, I swear, was spitting image. Spitting image. And what was funny is people made comment to that before I really knew what they were talking about.
Uh-huh.
And then I saw it. I busted out laughing. I said, oh my gosh, now I know it. And I'm like, my God, that looks like him. Oh my God. I started to laugh. And then it's so hard not to imagine that when you talk to that person. It took me a little bit to get that out of my head, because at first I couldn't help it. Could not help it. Yeah, Peanut is damn funny too. Exactly right. Damn funny too. Damn funny too.
Yeah. Yeah, I love when they go back, the arguing between Peanut and Jeff back and forth, and it's like every other word is the other one. It's like the talent it takes to do that's amazing.
Oh, well, when you've been doing it for as long as him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's time I saw Ahmed. I almost died laughing. Oh, yeah. The first time I seen him. Yeah. Ahmed the terrorist. Yeah. I kill you. I know. It was funny. But he's made a living at it.
Oh, yeah.
He's made a decent living at it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's not like he was, pouring concrete or, something like that. That's for darn sure.
Oh, yeah.
I'm definitely not disappointed in this burning chair. I've been just sitting here sipping on it. I mean, literally just taking small sips to get some of these flavors out of it. Shit. I don't know why I waited this long to open it. 8 months. Wow, that's pretty darn good. It is. That's pretty darn good. I just stepped on the dog because I didn't realize she literally laid underneath me here. Yeah, I mean, she doesn't like it when I shut this door. She has to come in.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, has to come in. And then she just lays down. But I saw her over here, but I didn't realize she literally laid underneath my feet.
Ah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure you never have that problem, Brian.
Yeah, my problem is when I sit on the sofa, my dog's like 85 pounds, and she thinks she's 10 pounds, and she jumps right in your lap.
She's a lap dog. Jump right up. You got to protect them jewels.
Mm-hmm.
Because even at 45 pounds, 40 pounds, the one I got, you don't want her stepping on them jewels.
And then she does this thing where she sits in front of you and just looks at you, and she waits for me to tap my chest, and then she just lunges onto the sofa and hugs me.
Oh, yeah. You heard her earlier? Yeah. She's here.
Oh, yeah, the collar.
Yep.
Heard the collar kicking, the tags rattling.
And I was petting her. So she started to walk out, and then I saw her come back in, but I wasn't paying attention to her. And then when I put my foot down, realized she's laying right underneath my feet. Now she's looking at me like, what? Yeah. Without a doubt. So are you satisfied with your choice in whiskey and cigar?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that paired nicely.
Yeah. That's just it.
Like, I started mixing them, like this toffee flavor, cherry toffee kind of thing came out that I didn't get before I added either one of them, and together they made toffee and cherry, which it's so weird how they do that.
Yeah. I mean, you got to watch that what you're drinking isn't weaker than what cigar you have. Because I've had a few, and it's like the drink couldn't compete, or vice versa.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of know that, and you're going to make mistakes. We all have. And then you go, yeah, well, I'm not going to do that again. So you finish your drink, clean your palate, and you go, okay, now I got to get something that's got a little more balls to it.
Yeah.
And get something here that's, better than 95 proof. So maybe we'll hit 100 or 105 or 110.
Yeah.
Because the flavor of the cigar, or the strength of cigar, just washes that out. But sometimes that's not always the case with a Scotch. The Scotch seems to I don't say always, but for the most part, you could have a Cohiba and be drinking the Tomatin 12, and it's just a good pairing. Don't ask me. I just know from my experiences that I'm like, well, that isn't bad, but there are ones that are a lot lighter, and sometimes it's just better to start off with that. If you're into a Scotch or a lighter bourbon, it just really levels that playing field and brings out a lot of other flavors in both. Both. Did you get a humidor yet?
I got plastic, like Tupperware that
That's
basically
what
for pasta with the steel lid. And I just use the Bovita pack.
Yep. Those are fine. And another thing you can use is if you go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby, you can get a stuff they call Oasis.
Oh, yeah.
What they put flowers in.
Mm-hmm.
You can wet that with distilled water, put that in there, and reuse it several times.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did get a little box. I had ordered. I got one of those mailers in the mail, and I got 20 cigars, a cutter, a lighter, and the humidor. But it didn't come with. It just came with the box. There's no
humidification.
There's nothing. It's just the box. So basically, I'm just using the box to store the lighters and the cutters and the other stuff.
Well, you can start seasoning that box with just moisten a towel with distilled water and wipe the whole inside of that box. Close the lid and do it again tomorrow, and close the lid and just wipe it down, not drench it, but keep wiping it down to where it's moist. Start seasoning it, and then get either that Oasis, or you can buy it online. It's a humidification device that has Oasis. Some have beads in it where you just get water, and it will only that stuff will only let the relative humidity in the box get to a certain level, like those packets that you use.
Oh, okay.
So you won't really need the hygrometer to always keep it in there because you don't want it to be too much.
Yeah.
And then you get undesirable bloom.
Yeah.
Or bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I've used that Oasis when I was in college in a Tupperware container. And what I did was I took a prescription pill container, took an 1/8-inch drill bit, and put a couple of holes on the bottom and then all around the sides, stuffed the Oasis in there, filled up a glass with water, and just submerged that. You have to keep something on it, it'll pop up. Let it absorb that over a half hour, an hour. Take it out, let it drip dry it off, put it in your container like that. And guess what it does? Slowly dissipates that humidity.
Yeah.
So very inexpensive ways to build a humidification device for your humidor that you have.
Okay.
Yep.
It
works fine. Works fine. I have a digital hygrometer. I just got to get a new battery for it. But I like to keep the humidity in there between 65 70%. I don't let it go over 70, but 65, 70 is the preferred. But if it's at 65, I am good. I think it's a good humidity for it all around. Yeah. Like I said, inexpensive ways that you can make stuff to season that up. Then once you get that thing seasoned up, it'll take maybe a good 2 weeks to get it seasoned up. You won't have any issues, and just you throw one of those packets in there. But those packets are $4 to $5 a piece.
Yeah.
So once you get it seasoned, though, you should probably be able to go 15 to 20 days, depending on how many times that you're opening and closing it.
Yeah.
And then there might be, well, not so much you, but for me, there are days sometimes I had to supplement the device I had because we don't have humidity here.
Yeah, I don't have that problem.
Ours can be literally into single digits.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, mine, like today we were 82% or something like that.
Yeah. No, we were only in the 25, 30%. It's our monsoon time. So we could get rain in any time, but the tide's got to be high. The moon's got to be in line, and Jupiter's got to be right there. Yeah. But anyway, to get your system going, that way, if you get another sample pack or two, or you find a good deal online and you get a decent price on something, you can throw them in there. But some of those sample packs you get that have the Ziploc, there's nothing wrong with it. You can throw other cigars in there and zip it up.
Yeah. Yep, I've done that.
I've reused them a couple of times.
Yeah. Yeah, I did that with the Alec Bradley sample pack I had. I smoked those and then put other ones in the pack.
Yeah, and you put them back in. Yep, you get some other ones that you pick up and you just throw them back in there. Perfectly fine. One of the things I'll do is when I'm up at camp, if I don't take them all, I don't leave them in that pack on the counter because it could get warm in the trailer.
Oh, yeah.
I put them in the fridge.
Oh, okay.
In that Ziploc bag, I put it in the fridge in there. So it always stays cool.
Yeah.
And I don't have to worry about the tobacco bugs, the beetles that could pop up in there. Yeah, because that's inherent of all tobacco, no matter what. But you don't have a less chance of getting that bloom. And then bugs coming. The next thing you know, you've got Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
On your sticks. Oh, yeah. And you got to get rid of them. Yeah, nothing would irk you more
Yeah, no, that would be
Yep. Without
that
a
would be a
doubt.
bad thing.
It would, but it happens. It's not uncommon.
Yeah.
So just letting you know it can happen. It doesn't make a difference if you buy the $2 sticks or the $20 sticks. They're inherent of all tobacco.
Yeah, right now I have 2 of those little containers, so
yeah. Well, I like those containers. I started out with one of those, and then I got a travel one that holds about 5 or 6.
Oh yeah, I got one of those in a different deal. It holds.
Yeah. Herfador is what I think the one
Yeah,
I
that's mine's 5.
And they're very durable.
Oh yeah.
It's almost like those plastic cases that you would carry cameras or
like the Pelican.
Yes,
case.
bingo.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what is that bird called? A pelican. Yep. A pelican case.
Oh
and
yeah.
It would work really, really good.
Yep, I'll be utilizing this coming Thursday. I'm going camping for the weekend. So I'll be utilizing that.
So.
Well, I say camping. It's going to be a cabin at a KOA.
Well, I like them too.
Yeah, they've been sufficing, especially when it's hot because there's air conditioning. Because my I have a travel trailer, but my Suburban needs a new engine, so I can't pull the trailer with the wife's Kia.
No, that little 2-liter.
Yeah, it wouldn't do too well. In fact, the weight of it on the bumper, it wouldn't even move anyway.
No.
Oh, yeah. I knew what you meant.
I might have said that, Sugar Kitty. You're right.
Yeah.
I might have.
Yeah, I heard it, but I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
Because I interchanged those, like psychologist and the other one. I always get those mixed up. All I ever, the one that can give me meds or the one that can't.
Yeah. Without a doubt. Anyway, well, we might as well go over and visit Livewire. It has been a great stream. Everybody wants to go over and see how those guys are, and I promised them in a little bit I would be over there to say hello, so I'll probably pop in there and chat. But just wanted to say thanks everyone for showing up tonight. It was great. Brian, thank you for sticking it out and staying on, and it's enjoyable to have you and hearing your perspective.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, you're welcome. You guys do not need an invitation. But I just want to say thanks to everybody in chat, and I do look forward to seeing you guys next week. And cheers. Have a great evening. See you, everybody.
Take care.